Hey guys, Aiden here with a new silver breakdown video. Alright, so, I recently did a video about grinding silver efficiently. At the time, Sausans did not die fast enough, and I was barely making any silver there, like 5 million from the trash loot. So, after being at Ancient Ruins and making like 170 million there in 10 hours, it felt like it was time to see how much you can get at Sausen camp, spread over 10 hours. And I was really expecting to get a whole lot less silver than I actually got there. So yeah, actually went well. Though there are also some bad points for this location, really bad points. So let's start with the cons first. The weight of the trash loot is horrible, like really horrible. You really need mates. If you don't have mates, you need a horse or a cart, or you ain't gonna farm this location long. Maybe 30 to 45 minutes tops until your inventory is like completely full. People that farm here usually have great gear, so if it comes down to a fight, it's gonna be a tough one. If it's not tough, expect them to call a guildy or two. And finally, you need to turn in heavy trash loot, which is a real pain in the cheeks. Alright, the pros about this location. It is usually not contested. I say usually because sometimes a Yuha will just start farming your location right next to you without attacking you first. Nope, they will just let you do that too. Most of the time they end like one shot, they're like, oh my god, what's going? 2 shot, oh I gotta get the fuck out! 3 shot, and they're out. And I don't see them anymore. Alright, well, another good point about this location is its drop Grunel gear. And if you get a plus 14 or plus 15, it's like hitting the jackpot. Just don't count that it happens often. I think I got in 10 hours 2 plus 14 items and 1 plus 15. It is quite nice though. The respawn on this location is way faster than our clear speed at this time into the game, so you can use a tiny area and still farm quite well, like what I do in the back here. And finally, of course, it's a relaxing location near the sea. I just had to say that. Now, if you don't want to use mates or a horse to stack your trash loot onto, I would say there's a little town near the Sausen, well, I don't know what it's called. Rent a house nearby and drop a box into it. It costs 10 CP and some more CP to connect the nodes, but you can go there and drop your loot straight into your vault. Or you can, like, yeah, of course, if you can carry 2000, you can walk towards. Nah, that's not gonna work well. You're gonna have to do a little bit more hoofing around for 30 minutes it's gonna take like 10 minutes. And it's CP involved, so my node was also level 7 when I started my 10-hour run. If you really can't dissolve the loot there, trash loot, it's gonna be a tough location. So, well, now we get to the juicy part. I farmed this location with 201 AP, most of those 10 hours, and during that time I got about 15 million in trash loot, about 18 million in enhanced gear, and about 25 million in books and miscellaneous items. I was afraid when I was halfway through that the low amount of book drops, I had 3 or so at the time, was going to severely affect my silver per hour rating. But with all the kept enhanced gear that I kept away from my central market, so I could add those up at the end. And I can imagine that this location was pretty bad before the enhanced gear drops, but seeing most of the value here is from those, it's actually not that bad at all. Well, I'll just put up my tiny Excel grid again like last time. I'm not that fond of like tracking every little thing, so it's also a little bit rounded off. So yeah, I do that. It's like total silver I made here was 156 million, making it roughly 15 million an hour here. If you want scrolls though, this location is bad, go back to Ancient Ruins, they drop there quite frequently. But if you sell everything, it's actually quite good and way more relaxing and less depressing than those Ancient Ruins, which are pitch black all the time. Well, that was Sausen's. I was not expecting to make 15 million an hour here. I was more like expecting 8, 9, maybe at best 10. So in the end, it's really not that much worse if you can deal with the weight of the items. If you can't, then Ancient Ruins still gonna be the best location right now. Now, I know when I'm making this video, it's Wednesday the 25th, 25, my bad. Awakening is out today, so I think we're gonna be able to pull more numbers out of these locations now, most likely. So I'll revisit it at some point, but I'm first gonna go see the other locations. So yeah, this is Iron, and he's on to a next location for 10 hours. Iron out.